My fiancé cheated with the wedding photographer on the day before our wedding. Yeah, you heard that right, while her wedding dress was already hanging in the closet. Let me take you from the very beginning.
Her name was Sophia. We had been together for 6 years. We got engaged a year ago and spent the last 12 months planning what we thought would be the perfect wedding. She wanted everything romantic, white flowers, string lights, a beautiful old barn venue. I was all in. I paid for almost everything because I wanted her to have the day of her dreams. The week before the wedding, she was glowing. She kept saying, "I can't believe this is really happening. I'm going to be your wife." I believed her. I really thought I had found the one. 2 months before the wedding, we hired a photographer. His name was Alex. He was young, talented, had a huge Instagram following with romantic wedding photos. Sophia loved his style. She said he was an artist. They started doing engagement photos. Then, pre-wedding shoots. She began meeting him alone for creative planning sessions. She would come home later and later, always saying we were just choosing the right locations and lighting. She started dressing up more for these meetings. Full makeup, new outfits, even lingerie under her clothes for the boudoir part of the shoot. The week before the wedding, the red flags were screaming. She would disappear for hours with Alex for final shots. She started getting nervous whenever I asked to see the photos. One night, she came home at 2 a.m., smelling like men's cologne and wine. When I asked where she was, she said they were just reviewing the final gallery. The day before the wedding, she told me she needed to do one last sunset shoot with Alex. I offered to come with her. She got visibly uncomfortable and said, "No, it's better if it's just us. You'll see the photos tomorrow." I trusted her. It was the day before our wedding. I didn't want to start our marriage with jealousy. The day before the wedding was supposed to be relaxed. I was at the venue helping with decorations, while Sophia went for the final sunset photo shoot with Alex. She said she would be back by 8 p.m. for our last dinner. At 9:30 p.m., she still wasn't home. I started calling her, no answer. I got in the car and drove to the old barn where they were shooting. The sun had already set. Only one car was in the parking lot. Alex's eye walked around the back of the barn, and through the big open doors, I saw everything. Sophia was inside wearing her actual wedding dress, the one she was supposed to wear the next day. The dress was pulled down to her waist. Alex had her bent over a wooden table. He was fucking her from behind while she was still in the wedding dress. Her moans echoed through the empty barn. She was saying his name over and over. The same dress she was going to walk down the aisle in tomorrow was now being used. While she cheated with the photographer the night before our wedding, she saw me first. Her face went completely white. She pushed Alex away so hard, he stumbled. Alex turned around, still half naked, and had the nerve to say, "Bro, this is not what it looks like." Sophia started crying immediately. "It's just pre-wedding nerves. It doesn't mean anything. Please don't cancel the wedding." I stood there in silence for a few seconds, then turned around and walked away. But what happened after I left the barn? That was when the real nightmare started, because the wedding was supposed to be in less than 24 hours. All the guests had already arrived. The rings were ready. The dress was stained, and Sophia still thought she could fix everything and walk down the aisle the next day. But what happened after I left the barn? That was when the real nightmare started. My phone started exploding before I even reached the car. Sophia called 27 times in the first 10 minutes. Voice notes, texts, everything. "Babe, please pick up. It's not what it looks like." I was stressed about the wedding. It was just a stupid moment. "Please don't cancel everything. The guests are already here. Our families are here. Don't ruin our perfect day." I didn't answer a single call. I drove home, poured myself a drink, and sat in the dark while my phone kept vibrating on the table like a dying insect. At 2:30 a.m. I heard a car pull up. It was Sophia, still wearing the wedding dress, the same one she had just been fucked in. She was banging on the door, crying hysterically. When I finally opened it, she fell to her knees right there on the doorstep. "Babe, please, I'm begging you. It was one stupid mistake. Lucas means nothing. I was just nervous about tomorrow. I love you. I want to marry you tomorrow. She was shaking, mascara running down her cheeks. The expensive white dress dirty at the bottom. She grabbed my hands and kept repeating, "The venue is paid for. The flowers are there. Everyone is coming. Don't do this to us. Don't do this to our families." She didn't stop there. While she was still on her knees, she started calling our parents. First, her mom. "Mom, he's overreacting. It was just a kiss. He's ruining everything." Then, my mom. "Please, talk to him. He's going to cancel the wedding over nothing." She was building an entire army of people who would pressure me to still marry her the next day. She even called the wedding planner at 3 a.m. crying and said I was having a mental breakdown because of wedding stress. The next morning, the actual wedding day, she acted like everything was fine. She woke up early, made coffee, put on makeup, and said with a shaky smile, "See? Everything is okay. We're still getting married today. This is our day. Let's not let one stupid mistake destroy our future." She even tried to hug me and kiss me like nothing happened. When I pulled away, she started crying again. "You're really going to humiliate me in front of 180 guests? You're going to make our families watch us cancel the wedding because of one drunken moment with the photographer?" She made it sound like I was the villain for not wanting to marry a woman who had just had sex with another man in her wedding dress the night before. Then she showed me her phone. She had already texted Lucas, "Everything is fine. He's upset, but I'm handling it. The wedding is still on." Lucas replied, "If he cancels, I can delete all the photos and we can pretend nothing happened." She deleted the messages right in front of me and said, "See? I'm choosing you. I'm choosing our marriage. Please don't throw away 6 years because of one mistake." But the real breaking point came at 11 a.m. that morning, because that's when the wedding coordinator called me and said, "All the guests are already arriving at the venue. Sophia just told everyone you're having cold feet and asked them to be patient with you. She's already in her wedding dress waiting for you." What do you want me to tell everyone? The entire wedding party, both families, all our friends, they were all waiting for me to show up and marry the woman who had cheated with the photographer less than 24 hours earlier. But the real breaking point came at 11 a.m. that morning. The wedding coordinator's voice was shaking on the phone. "All the guests are already arriving. The barn is full. Sophia is here in her dress. She told everyone Yure having last-minute cold feet and asked them to be patient. She's crying in the bridal suite right now. What do you want me to tell people?" I looked at the clock. In less than 2 hours, I was supposed to stand in front of 180 people and say "I do" to the woman who had been fucked by the photographer in that same dress less than 24 hours earlier. Sophia called me on FaceTime seconds later. Her makeup was perfect again, but her eyes were red and swollen. Behind her, I could see our families, friends, flowers, the photographer. Yes, Alex was still there, acting like nothing happened. She was whispering through tears, "Babe, everyone is here. My dad already gave his speech. Please, don't do this to me. Don't humiliate me in front of all these people. I made one mistake, one stupid, drunken mistake. I love you. I want to be your wife today." She turned the camera so I could see her father smiling proudly and her mother adjusting the veil. She was using our families as emotional blackmail. Then the messages started flooding in. Her best friend. She's devastated. Don't ruin her life over one night. My own brother. Bro, think about it. Everyone is already here. Just marry her and you can deal with this later. Even her mother texted me. She's been crying all morning. Please, don't embarrass our family. Sophia had spent the entire morning turning the narrative. I was the one having cold feet and ruining the perfect day because of one little pre-wedding freakout. I drove to the venue, but parked far away so no one could see me. I sat in the car and watched from a distance. There she was in the full wedding dress, standing at the entrance, smiling for the guests. pretending everything was perfect, while her eyes kept scanning the parking lot from my car. Alex was inside, calmly checking his camera like he hadn't been inside her the night before. She still believed she could walk down the aisle and become my wife. At 12:40 p.m., she sent me one final message. I'm walking down the aisle in 20 minutes. If you love me even a little bit, you will be there. Don't throw away everything we built because of one mistake with a photographer. I choose you. Today and forever. She really thought she could stand in front of God and everyone and say, I do, after what she did. And at that exact moment, with all the guests already seated and the music starting to play, I had to make the hardest decision of my life, because walking away meant destroying the wedding in front of 180 people. Staying meant marrying a woman who had cheated in her own wedding dress the night before. I took a deep breath, opened the car door, and at that exact moment, with all the guests already seated and the music starting to play, I had to make the hardest decision of my life. I took a deep breath, opened the car door, and walked straight toward the barn. Everyone turned to look at me. The music was playing. Sophia was standing at the entrance in her perfect white dress, smiling through tears, already acting like the happy bride. When she saw me coming, she ran toward me, grabbed my hands, and whispered, You came. I knew you would. Thank you, babe. Let's do this. Let's get married. I looked her straight in the eyes and said the only thing I could say. I'm not marrying you today, or ever. The smile froze on her face. The music kept playing for a few more seconds before someone finally turned it off. 180 people went completely silent. Sophia's face went from shock to pure panic in half a second. She started crying loudly. The kind of crying that was meant for the audience. Why are you doing this? Everyone is here. Our families. You're humiliating me in front of everyone because of one stupid mistake with the photographer. Her mother jumped up. What is going on? My own father looked at me in disbelief. Sophia kept screaming through tears. It was just pre-wedding nerves. It meant nothing. Don't ruin our perfect day over one night. I didn't raise my voice. I just said loud enough for the first few rows to hear. Last night, in the same dress she's wearing right now, she was having sex with the wedding photographer in the back of this barn. You can ask her yourself. The silence was deafening. You could hear a pin drop. Sophia tried to deny it at first, but her face gave her away. She started sobbing uncontrollably and saying it was a mistake. I was drunk. Please forgive me. But the damage was done. Guests started whispering. Some stood up and left. Others looked at her with disgust. Alex quietly grabbed his camera bag and disappeared out the back door without saying a word. Sophia's father looked at her like he didn't recognize his own daughter. My mother came up to me, hugged me, and whispered, I'm so sorry, son. Let's go home. I didn't stay for the drama. I turned around and walked out of the barn while Sophia was still screaming my name behind me. I canceled everything that day. I paid the cancellation fees, sold the ring, and moved out of the house we shared. Sophia tried to contact me for weeks, calls, messages, even showed up at my new place crying. She told everyone I destroyed her life and humiliated her on the most important day. Some of her friends actually believed her and blamed me for not forgiving one mistake, but I knew the truth. So yeah, that's the full story. Every single painful, humiliating, heartbreaking detail. I was supposed to marry the love of my life the next day. Instead, I watched her have sex with the wedding photographer in her wedding dress the night before, and then I had to cancel the entire wedding in front of 180 guests. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was also the best decision I've ever made. If you're watching this and you've been betrayed right before something big, if your partner looked you in the eyes and chose someone else while you were planning forever, just know this, you're not crazy for walking away. You're not overreacting, and you will find someone who actually chooses you every single day. You can send your own story straight to my email. It's in the description below. I, Putu, will read every single one, and I might tell your story in one of the upcoming episodes. Drop a like if this story hit you hard. Subscribe and turn on notifications New, real story every single day. Truth hits different when it's your story. See you in the next one. Family, stay strong.